What is up, guys, and welcome to Mountain Blade Warband. I put a poll up on one of my recent videos asking if y'all wanted to see it, and a couple y'all said yes, a couple y'all said no. I decided, screw it, I'm gonna do it anyways because, honestly, I'm just gonna do what I want to do. And I really enjoy this game, so I decided to just go ahead and make a game on it, or not a game, a series on it. Why not? Okay. Welcome, adventurer, to Mountain Blade Warband. Before beginning the game, you must create your character. Remember that in the traditional medieval society depicted in the game, war and politics are usually dominated by male members of the nobility. That does not, however, mean that you should not choose to play a female character or one who is not of noble birth. Male nobles have somewhat an easier start, but women and commoners can attain all the same goals, and in fact have a much more interesting, if more challenging, early game. Alright? Select your character's gender. I am male. You were born years ago in a land far away. Your father was, I'm gonna say my father was a veteran warrior. As a child, your family scrabbled out of a meager living from your father's wages as a guardsman to the local lord. It was not an easy existence, and you were too poor to get much of an education. You learned mainly how to defend yourself on the streets with or without a weapon in hand. You started to learn about the world almost as soon as you could walk and talk. You spent your early life as a craftsman's apprentice. As a boy growing out of childhood, you apprenticed with a local craftsman to learn a trade. After years of hard work and study under your new master, he promoted you to journeyman and employed you as a fully paid craftsman for as long as you wished to stay. Then as a young adult, life changed, as it always does. I became a squire. Though the distinction felt sudden to you, somewhere along the way you had become a man, and the whole world seemed to change around you. When you were named squire to a noble at court, you practiced long hours with weapons, learning how to deal out hard knocks and how to take them too. You were instructed in your obligations to your lord and of your duties to those who might one day be your vassals. But in addition to learning the chivalric ideal, you also learned about the less uplifting side. Old warrior stories of ruthless power politics, of betrayals and usurpations. I can't speak. Of men who used guile as well as valor to achieve their arms. But soon everything changed, and you decided to strike out on your own as an adventurer. What made you take this decision was personal revenge, the loss of a loved one, just the wanderlust. I wanted to see the world. Only you know exactly what caused you to give up your old life and become an adventurer, and you're not even sure when your home became a prison, when the familiar became mundane, but the dreams of wandering have taken over your life. Whether you yearn for some faraway place or merely for the open road and the freedom to travel, you could no longer bear to stay in the same place. You simply went and never looked back. Become an adventurer and ride to your destiny. Alright. So this is where we put in all of our skills, so I'm gonna be a pretty good warrior, so I'm gonna put a decent amount into strength and some into intelligence because I'm a smart boy. Alright. I don't think any of this matters. Iron Flesh and Power Strike are good for fighting. And then one into inventory management, question mark, just so I can loot more stuff. Alright, our name. Let's see. Let's do some alliteration. Let's go with Geralt Greymore. Why not? Alright. Character customization. It's just randomized until we get a decent looking one. None of these are good looking. Sure. Why not? You hear about Calradia, a land torn between rival kingdoms battling each other for supremacy, a haven for knights and mercenaries, cutthroats and adventurers, all willing to risk their lives in pursuit of fortune, power, or glory. In this land, which holds great danger and even greater opportunities, you believe you may leave your past behind and start a new life. You feel that finally you hold the key of your destiny in your hands, free to choose as you will, and that whatever course you take, adventures will await you, drawn by the stories you hear about Calradia and its kingdom. You join a caravan or ship to any of these. You know what? I'm going to go with the last one, because these are sort of like a desert faction. You came with a caravan, crossing the great desert to the east of Calradia. The The Bedouin guides chose your route carefully, leapfrogging through treacherous dune fields and across empty gravel plains to low-lying oasis riches with orchards and date palms. Your great fear was that the caravan might lose its way and perish of thirst. A small band of raiders who hovered just out of bowshot, waiting to pick off stragglers, were oddly a comfort. At least water could be no more than a day's ride away. It was a great relief when the mountains came into view, and on the evening of the following day you crested a rocky pass and in the distance could make out the sea and the towers of Sharaz silhouetted against the sunset. Continue. You are exhausted by the time you find the inn in Sharaz and fall asleep quickly. However, you wake before dawn and are eager to explore your surroundings. You venture out onto the streets, which are still deserted. All of a sudden, you hear a sound that stands the hairs of your neck on end, the rasp of a blade sliding from its scabbard. Ooh, fight. I like to fight. Okay, so this game is honestly one of my favorite games. It's sort of like, you know, you're fighting people, but at the same time, you're controlling an army. Like, you're down here controlling an army. I'll explain it more. Are you alright? Well, I guess you're alive. At any rate, I'm not sure that we can stay the same for... I'm not sure that we can say the same for the other fellow. It's one less thief to trouble our streets at night. Although, heaven knows he won't be the last. Anyway, maybe you can help me with something. Let's talk more inside. Out here, we don't know who's listening. The merchant takes you into his house. Once inside, he stands by the door for a while, checking the streets, and then finally, convinced that you have not been followed, comes near you to speak. Now, let me explain my proposition. We've always had brigands in the hills, driven to banditry, war, debt, or love of violence. Recently, however, they've been getting bolder, leaving their camps in the wild and venturing into town, looking for unwary prey. The watch commander, tells us it's because of all the fighting on the frontiers, fewer men to keep an eye on the streets. But I'm not sure what to make of that. It seems to me that the most logical explanation is that the bandits have an ally inside the walls, who helps them enter unnoticed and helps them identify particularly tempting targets. Last week, you see, they took my brother. I don't know what my brother was thinking, a lad from a prominent house out alone after dark in times like these. Well, I suppose you were too. But you're a stranger here, and didn't know how bad things had become. He had no such excuse, but he's family, so what can you do? If you don't protect your kin, then people will start thinking that you can't protect your investments either. And I can't have that. No doubt, the gang will soon send word about a ransom, and I don't care to pay it. So here's my proposition. You look like you've had a bit of experience with the blade, and more importantly, you must have a bit of fire in your belly, or you wouldn't have come to Calradia to seek your fortune. So here's what I'm asking you to do. Gather a small party, track down these bandits to their lair, teach them a lesson they won't forget, get my brother back safe. In return, you'll earn my lasting gratitude and a bit of silver. What do you say? You know what? I'm interested. You won't be able to do this by yourself. If you try to take on the whole gang single-handedly, the hunter will become the hunted. I'll warrant. You'll first want to round up a group of volunteers. There's always a few lads and villagers around here looking for a bit of work. That's more interesting than tilling the soil or hauling water. They'll follow you if you pay. So take this purse of 100 dinars. Consider it an advance on your reward. Go round to the villages and use the money to hire some help. I'll reckon you need at least 5 men to take on these bandits. Very good, sir. I'll collect some men from around the villages. Good. Can't find me again in the tavern here in Sharaz after you've got your group together. Then we'll speak about what to do next. All right. Sorry, I had to drink some agua, you know. Stay hydrated. You've taken your first quest. You may view your quest log by pressing Q. Okay. I already know most of the bases. So, just random stuff. So, whoa, hello. So, these are looters, not the ones we're looking for, but deadly nonetheless, considering I'm only one person. All right, recruit volunteers. 3 volunteers. So, you can go around from village to village recruiting these basically peasants. And they, like, you throw them in battle, you fight with them, and after a while, they'll level up. They'll earn enough experience to go on to the next rank or tier or whatever you want to call it. But these recruits, they turn into footmen. And oh, my party. Awesome. Each recruit will eventually turn into something else. And from that upgrade, you can upgrade from 2 paths. I think you can do that with almost everything. So I'm going to say that is enough. And we can head back. There are a lot of No, why are you following me? You're not following. Please don't be following. Okay, you're not following me. No, okay, so our goal in the land of Calradia is to fight as a lord, own land under one of the other lords, but eventually, after a while, gain enough right to rule that I can start my own faction. And I think that'd be a good idea. Where's the... Am I tripping? Oh, here he is. Merchant of Shars. Splendid work. You've had enough men to take on the bandits. Now, travelers entering Shars have told us that there's a small group of robbers lurking on the outside of the town. I suspect that they are all from the same band, the one that took my brother. Hunt them down and defeat them. Make them disclose the location of their lair. Very well. I shall hunt for bandits. Alright. Let's go hunt some bandits. Where are they at? Oh, band of robbers. Okay. What do you want? I've been looking for you. Tell me where you keep your prisoners, and I'll let you go. Ha! Those prisoners are only going free if you pay for their ransom. Did you bring any silver? No, but I brought steel. Alright. You've encountered a band of robbers. You have 9 troops fit for battle against their 4. So, in the beginning of the game, everything is pretty small. I have 9 men. They are not well equipped exactly. Like, they're in robes and everything. But a cool thing about this game, like, you see, you have your army, but, you know, there's different tiers. There's infantry, there's archers, there's cavalry, but you can command them where to go. Like, I can tell them to stand right here, and they will move over here and line up. But the thing is that since it's such an old game, these battles can get so big. So that's one of the reasons why I love it. Listen, I've said before. Oh, let's get these guys. Hold up. That's one. I've said before. If you don't like the videos that I put out, then you don't have to watch them. I'm doing this because I love it, not exactly to please people. I enjoy it, and if you guys enjoy it, that's great. I love doing things that you guys enjoy, but I will not stop doing things that I love just because you guys don't love it. Somebody's bound to love it. All right. You are victorious. No casualties. Hey! Spare me. Spare my life. Let me go. And I'll go far away from here and learn an honest trade. You'll never hear from me again. I'll spare your life. But in exchange, I want information. Either you or your mates kidnapped the brothers of a prominent merchant in town. Tell me where you're hiding him, and give me your word that you'll stop troubling the people of these parts and you can go free. Oh, bless you, sir. Bless you. We've done the lad no harm. We've been keeping him in our hideout near Rushdig. I'll describe the area nearby in detail, so there's no mistaking it. Alright, got some loot. Nothing of any value. Alright, so after we loot, win battles, we can go back to the marketplace and sell all the things of value. 23 dinars is not a lot in the slightest. Alright, where's... Oh, here it is, Rushdig, the kidnapper's hideout. So the thing is, there are a lot of bandits that aren't affiliated with those guys, but just bandits like that. 11 looters, still a lot, even though I have 9. You approach the hideout. The looters don't appear to have spotted you yet. You could still sneak away unnoticed. The difficult approach to the site down a narrow defile means you only have a handful of troops, and your party will be able to join the attack, and they will be unable to bring their horses. If the initial attack fails, the looter will easily be able to make their escape and disperse. Do you wish to attack the hideout, or wait for another occasion? Attack the hideout. Let's go show these looters who's boss. I don't know about you, but you can easily get horses in here. I'm not good at geography, but I know a horse isn't that big. Just saying. Okay. So we are here to kill the looters, and we are here to get the merchant's brother back. Yeah. Hold up. Let me do this real quick because I have that down and I need that up. I haven't heard the music in this game in forever. Alright. I told the infantry to hold their position. Nope. Charge. There aren't that many people here, if I'm mistaken. There you go. So, yeah. My men... Oh, that is a lot louder than I thought it would be. I am sorry. Okay, so my men will be going over there to deal with those guys. They're probably gonna die knowing how bad they are. Oh, this isn't good. Oh, there's even more. Awesome. I have a crossbow. What? How dare you spawn behind me? Like I said, I have a crossbow, but I'm really bad at it. Can I hit you? Nope. If I miss again, I'm just gonna come at you. Oh, I hit him. You're throwing rocks at me, guy. Do you understand how useful rocks are? Ow. That actually sounded like it hurt. Okay, okay, I get it. I get it. Come on. Stop. Drop the rocks. Jesus. Okay. So, did we win? I think we won. Oh. I'm guessing this is the guy's brother because he doesn't look like everything else. He is. Thank you for rescuing me from those fiends. Did my brother and Shaw's put you up onto their track? Yeah. I told him that I would find you. I advise you return to your family as quickly as you can. And be careful on the road. With the retreat cut off, the looters fall one by one to your determined attack. Their hideout and their ill-gotten gains are now yours. Awesome. There's a lot of stuff. 21, 22. No. I'll just loot everything you have. Not going to get me much, but it'll get me more than I have. Like, looters. Can I upgrade people? I can't. These recruits, they upgrade into footmen. Like, you can clearly see that they're a little bit more well-kept. Next one is veteran footmen or skirmisher. So you can go between, like, the infantry and archer route, either or. It's pretty cool. Alright, tavern. Let's go talk to the merchant. Where are you at? Well, my brother's home safe. I'm not sure what to do with him. Maybe pack him off to a university outside call radio. That way, if he gets knocked on the head in a street brawl, no one can say it's my fault. But that's not your problem. Here's the rest of the reward. It was well earned. The money is most welcome, and I'm glad to have been of service. Good. Now you're interested in making some more? Possibly. What do you need? Remember how I told you the bandits had an ally inside the walls? I think I know who it is. The captain of the watch, no less. Some months ago, this captain, seeing amounts of profit we merchants were making from trade across the frontiers, decided to borrow some money to sponsor a caravan. Unfortunately, like many who are new to commerce, he failed to realize that great profit comes with great risk. So he sank all his money into the most expensive commodities. And of course, his caravan was captured and looted. So he lost everything. As a consequence, it turns our captain turned to villainy to recoup his fortune. I suppose I'd do the same if, heavens forbid, I ever faced indebtedness and ruination. Now, any watch captain worth his salary will have a few thieves and robbers on his payroll to inform on the rest. What? Okay. But our captain decides to employ these bastards wholesale. He brings them into town, lets them do as they will, takes a share of their take. You've heard of poachers turning gamekeepers. Well, in the unfortunate land of Calradia, sometimes gamekeepers will turn poacher. Luckily, there are still a few brave, honest souls in the watch who've told me how he works. Now, here's my plan. I could bring this to the attention of Sultan Hakim, lord of the city, but that would mean an inquiry, my word against the captains, and witnesses can be bought and evidence destroyed. Or maybe the whole thing will be forgotten if the enemy comes across the border again. And all I'll get for my trouble, I'll get for my trouble is a knife in the ribs. In times of war, you see, a king's eyes wander far from his domain, and his subjects suffer. So I've got another idea. I've got a small group of townsfolk together, some men in my employ, and some others who've lost their relatives to these bandits. And we'll storm the captain's home and bring him in chains before Sultan Hakim. Hopefully, with a few captured bandits, to explain how the things will stack up. All I need now is someone to take my lead, a little army in the battle, and I can't think of anyone better than you. So, what do you say? How do I know you're telling me the truth? Oh, well, I suppose it's possible that I found a dozen bandits who are willing to give their lives to give a passing stranger a false impression of life in old shars. Well, I guess you can't really know if my word is good, but I reckon you've learned by now my money is good. Here's another 100 dinars, or maybe a bit more. That's waiting for you if you do this last little favor for me. What do you say? All right, I'll lead your men. Splendid. It's been a long time since I staked so much on a single throw of the dice, and frankly, I find it exhilarating. My men are ready to move on your word. Are you ready? Good. Strike hard, strike fast. The captain and his henchmen won't know what hit him. You leave the tavern. You go out to the streets. Nervous-looking young men are waiting in every street corner. You can see them have daggers and clubs concealed under their clothes. You catch a mixture of fear, anticipation, and pride in the quick looks that they throw at you as you pass by, praying that their enemy have not been alarmed by this all-too-obvious bunch of plotters. You check your weapons for one last time and prepare yourself for the action ahead. Going through the village. It's time, lads! Up and at 'em! Come on. Okay. You guys aren't even equipped? You guys are just using your fists. What are you gonna do against knives and swords? Like, seriously. A lot of you are dying. This is not the best, like, I guess, coup? Or purge of villainy? I don't know what you want to call it, but this is not the best. Nope. Like that. Like, they don't have weapons. Like, they're just meat shields at the... Oh. Well, the actual guards have weapons. That's nice. Can you get out of my way, please? I don't know what that was. I'm just gonna let y'all deal with that until that goes. See, look. Guys with swords actually get killed. There we go. I've advanced to level 2. Let's go. Was that it? The remaining few bandits scatter off. The remaining few bandits scatter off to the town's narrow alleys, only to be hunted down one by the angry townsfolk. Making sure that your victory is complete and all wounded have been taken care of, you and the merchants head to his house to review the day's events. Ha! Well done. I saw these 3 of the enemy go down before you. Keep fighting like that, and you'll have quite a name for yourself in this land. Unfortunately, I had about 8 of my lads get themselves wounded. I should look up on them. I'm glad to see that you're alive too. Yes, yes. Now, a couple of my boys have the watch captain pinned down in the back room with a knife at his throat. I'll need to go drag him before Sultanate came and explain what the breach of the peace is all about. You don't need to be part of that, though. I'll tell you what, if all goes well, I'll meet you in the tavern again shortly. I'll let you know how it all came out. If you don't see me in the tavern, but instead see my head on a spike over the city gate, I'll assume you know enough to stay out of the town for a while and forget this whole episode ever happened. So, hopefully, we'll meet again. Alright, that was interesting, clearing a town of bandits. Alright, I've leveled up. Throw some more into intelligence, just because smart boy. And into power draw, so we can use bow and arrows and level up archery. Alright, so that was an interesting first episode, but I'm going to leave it here. I'm going to continue uploading this, whether you guys support it or not, and I know a couple of you will, and I know a couple of you won't. I'll still be uploading Siege. Have no doubts about that. I'm not switching games. This will just be a little thing on the side, just because I want to, you know? Alright. Thank you for watching the video, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace out, everybody.